So, the world's in a mess. We need to live by a new rulebook. Does this mean the preppers were right, or should we have listened to the doomers? We'll show you why they were both right and also both wrong. And we'll introduce you to a new breed of person, the fighter. So let's set the facts out first. Why did I say the world is in a mess? Let's put to one side, if only we could, all the wars and the threats posed by AI. Let's just look at the facts, which affect the health and well-being of every life on Earth. So, scientists track 9 planetary boundaries, the systems that keep the Earth livable. 7 of the 9 have been crossed. The last 11 years have been the hottest ever measured. This is causing extreme weather and hundreds of thousands of excess deaths each year. The ocean has soaked up more than 90% of all the heat we've trapped, which is why global sea level hit a record high for the 14th year in a row. Greenland has already lost enough ice to raise the seas by at least another 27 centimeters. That rise is now unavoidable. Plastic is now found throughout our bodies. It has scientifically been linked to heart attacks, strokes, and early death. Around 4 billion people, half the world's population, already go short of water for at least 1 month every year. We'll give you just 2 more. Since 1970, wild animal populations have shrunk by an average of 73%. And by 2050, as many as 216 million people could be forced to move home as water, crops, and coastlines fail. A depressing list for sure, but preppers and doomers did warn us these days were coming. Let's look at what they got right. Let's start with the prepper. You're familiar with the image: tinned food, water filters, a generator, several guns. It was easy to mock, and many people did. But preppers recognized how fragile and vulnerable our crucial systems were. They saw that grocery stores only carry 3 days of food and that our power grids aren't always secure. They still believe that system collapse is inevitable, and the only logical move is to hoard canned food, stock ammo, and head for the hills, or most probably the underground bunker. But the lone wolf fantasy is not in reality how people survive. Confine yourself and your family to a bunker, and you're only putting off the inevitable for a little while. If your local ecosystem dies, it won't have returned by the time you stick your head above ground. Humans survive as communities. Research from the 1995 Chicago heatwave and the 2011 Japanese tsunami showed that the places that came through best were the ones with the tightest social ties. Turns out that in a disaster, people working together matters more than a store of bottled water and batteries. So, to the doomer. Doomers looked directly at the facts. They looked at atmospheric carbon levels, ocean acidification, and habitat loss, and declared nothing is going to fix this. They were right in that the stable world we once knew is sadly gone forever. The doomer knew the uncomfortable truth, that much of what's coming is already locked in. The feeling is grief, and it's not irrational. Anyone telling you to just cheer up hasn't looked at the numbers. But the doomer usually jumps to the conclusion that everything is lost, and that part is not correct. The range of what still might happen is enormous, and the distance between the good end of that range and the bad end is all to play for. It's measured in millions of lives, whole ecosystems, and entire coastlines. Thankfully, some people realized there were still degrees of hope, and another breed of person emerged. The kind of person who recognizes that each little victory makes a real difference, that each fraction of a degree of warming prevented saves millions of lives. This viewpoint has been labeled active resilience. We're going to call this person A fighter. Because we are literally fighting for our lives and for the lives of every species that can't fight for itself. The fighter accepts the grim climate data, but refuses to lay down and die, building solar microgrids, seed banks, protecting habitats, rewilding, doing whatever they can to make a positive difference to limit future damage. So which one are you? Prepper, doomer, fighter, or are you part of the majority? Are you a watcher? Watching isn't just one thing. There are different levels to it. Many people are distracted. There's simply too much else going on in life. There are bills to pay. Then there are the people who are overwhelmed by it all, frozen, not knowing what to do for the best. The delegator says that someone else will handle it. The scientists, the government, the next election. Someone, but not them. Then there are those who deny the problems even exist, who claim it's all a hoax. We won't give these people time. We are way past that stage. Being a watcher is passive surrender. Preppers at least build skills. Doomers at least wrestle with the truth. Fighters build the future. And fighting back is what this channel is all about. There's a new rulebook to survive by, and we'll show you how to do it. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss a thing.